Hey, what's up guys? Russell here, aka Nintendo Ninja from Instagram. As we ring in the new year, we say goodbye to the old one, which means we have to choose our favourite figures for the year. I am so ready for this. Let's jump in.
That's crispy.
Coming in at number 10 is the Emperor's Wrath Darth Vader, a new one from the Black Series line. And I know what you're thinking, this is exactly the same figure as the one from the earlier Black Series line, but this head sculpt is much better than the one that we got with the Anakin Skywalker head underneath. I have seen people that have painted this one to make it match the rest of the figure, but yeah, I'm going to leave it as it is because I have both. I don't need to paint it. Yeah, nice, very nice figure overall. I really wish Hasbro would start doing the double jointed elbows for these figures instead of the single jointed pivot ones, but all in all, that's a nice figure, nice head sculpt, nice work on it. That's it. Coming in at number 9 is the Starkiller base Kylo Ren. Very cool figure. It's nice to get an actual base with a sort of legend style figure. Something we haven't seen since the Toy Biz days. This figure, it's a really cool figure actually. I don't know if I care all too much about the white on the base, but of course that comes with part of it being on the Starkiller base, so that is what it is. Nice sculpts, very cool figure. Lightsaber's cool, really cool. So yeah, very good figure overall. Makes it to my top 10. Let's move on. Coming in at number 8 is the Hobgoblin series Daredevil. I tried really hard to not pick a Bucky Cap body for this top 10, but they just got this figure right in my opinion. The reds really work together. They work really well. The head sculpt is really nice. Just got it right. You know, we had plenty of Bucky molds this year, but this Daredevil one is the best of the bunch. Let's keep moving. Coming in at number 7 is the Marvel Legends Wasp figure from the Ultron Bath Wave. This is another one that they just made right. You know, the wings are so much better than the ones on the Toy Biz figure. They're well articulated. They look nice. They've got a really good color to them. The head sculpt is great, and you've got a good range of motion in it. And the female Moonstone body just works so well for some of these female figures. They just get it right with this figure. She is, I think, of the top 10 now, she's the only female figure that I've put in here. And for reasons of that, I mean, the Spider-Woman figure was great. She's a really good figure too, but you just can't pose that head properly, which causes a lot of problems. So she doesn't make the cut, but Wasp does for that reason. So let's move on. Coming in at number 6 is the Marvel Select Thor, the only Select figure that I've picked out of the whole bunch. As I am not much of a collector of imports, my basic lines are sort of Legends, Black Series, and occasional Selects. So this is the only Select figure that I put on the list. This is a great Select figure. It fits in with Legends if you force perspective right. They just got it right. Gave it ankle rockers. Just, yeah, it looks nice. Double extra head, and that spinning Mjolnir that they gave us just really topped it off. This figure was very hype when it came out. Very nice figure. Great sculpt, great paint work. Just got it right. Just a good figure. Let's keep going. Coming in at number 5 is Craven from the Rhino Bathwave. This figure, they've just put that extra bit of work into it and just made it so good. It's the dry brushing on the knee pads and the spear and the lion's mane and then just the necklace. Just all these little extra things just sort of give us that feel like they're starting to put more work into their legends now. They're giving us that new Grim Reaper body. They steered away from the Bucky Cap build, which I think was great because it's a really, really good sculpt. It's just, yeah, it's almost a throwback to sort of yesteryear Toy Biz line figures where the detail was just so much more in depth. They got it right with this one. It's a really top-notch figure. Nice paint apps, good sculpt. Just top marks for this figure. Alright, let's keep moving. Coming in at number 4, the Big Horse. Rhino from obviously the Rhino Bathwave that we recently got. This is probably, arguably, the best Hasbro Bath that we have been given. I don't have the Hulkbuster yet, so I can't make comparison there, but in my opinion, this one that I have now is probably the best one. The sculpt's great, they've given it good paint details, a second head with the screaming face, just great. It looks so nice. So nice on camera. Just really good. Ankle rockers, the whole kit and caboodle. They've done really well on this Bath. Let's hope from here on out Hasbro can keep improving on the Baths and just giving us better and better figures. Let's keep going. Here we are at number 3. It's Scarlet Spider, again from the Rhino Bathwave. As you probably can tell by now, I'm a pretty big fan of that wave. This Scarlet Spider is a massive, massive improvement on the one that we got way back in the Spider-Man Classics wave. They did such a good job on this one. The only thing that probably lets it down is that it doesn't have an unmasked head. But other than that, the extra hands, the sculpt, the paint, those eyes look just so great. It's just such a good figure. They've done really well. Let's keep moving. Coming in at number 2, we are right down to the pointy end of this now. It's Ghost Rider from the Rhino Bathwave. Again, they just knocked it out of the park with that wave, honestly. It was great. They've used the AIM body to bring us a Ghost Rider that just hits all the tick boxes. You know, that head sculpt is perfect. With an articulated jaw, you can't ask for much more than that. I've actually swapped the hands out with the Superior Venom that we got from the same wave, and I just think that those hands work so much better for that figure. If they'd given us alternate hands so they could hold a chain or, you know, closed fist, something like that would have been great. But the little details they've added in the collar, they've brought the flames up from inside of the collar, just things like that, just really well done. You know, like, looks so nice. The chain, the belt, just they changed the boots. It's just a great figure. I really enjoy posing this figure and having a play around with it. They've just really done such a superb job. Let's keep rolling. Before we get down to number 1, I just want to shout out to some honourable mentions. On the right here we have Agent Coulson from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack. This figure was by far and wide the best of the bunch out of that 3-pack. It's nice to get a suited figure that is actually quite usable. Ankle rockers, ab crunch, all that sort of stuff. It has multiple applications for multiple figures, so it's really good to finally get a suited body that we can actually get a lot more use out of. And then in the back we have Bulldozer. Now this was probably more of a sigh of relief from collectors alike, as we had 75% of the Wrecking Crew for a long time, and then for them to finally drop Bulldozer into the Ultron Bathwave. And to be fair, they didn't disappoint. It's a really nice figure. It could do with a little bit of dry brush on some of the metal parts, but all in all, it's a really solid figure. Drax, from the Entertainment Earth exclusive Guardians of the Galaxy 5-pack. They just improved on every aspect of the one that we got from the Return of Marvel Legends wave. Just improved the whole thing. In my opinion, it's just such a much better figure. And finally, probably a bit unlucky to miss out is Iron Fist. They gave us 5 sets of hands, I think it might have been 4 or 5 sets of hands. What would have propelled this into the top 10 would have been maybe an alternate head, perhaps a screaming alternate head. Something like that would have made it right up there. I just feel like, I know I'm probably being picky, not having 5 hands or whatever, 5 pairs of hands or whatever, but that screaming head would have made so much more difference. So, I mean, from what I gather, they're retiring that body mold now. So at least they've gone out with a bang. So with that being said, that's it for honourable mentions. Yeah, let's keep moving. Alright, so before we get down to our final position in the top 10, I just want to do a bit of a thumbs down for some of the stinkers of 2015. First up on the left is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack Maria Hill. Just awful, eh? Oh, man. The hands are massive, the head is massive, the body sculpt is just woeful. Single jointed elbows, hard to stand, like, it's crap. It is so crap. Like, sometimes Hasbro do some good stuff and then they just give us crap like this. So yeah, unlucky. Next, again on the left, is Nick Fury from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 3-pack again. The only saving grace from that 3-pack was the fact that it was Phil Coulson was in there and he's a decent figure. Otherwise, these two would never have sold. That Nick Fury, the head sculpt's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. That body, that god-awful body from Return of Marvel Legends Punisher. Just no work with the abs. The ankles are cut joint, no ankle rocker. It's just, they got to get rid of that body mold. It's over. It's so shit. On the right is, as I was saying before, Superior Venom. Yeah, it's not a bad figure. I mean, people are going to be like, well, it's the same body mold as Pizza Spidey or whatever, but I don't know. Those tendrils, they're useless. They don't do anything. They just sit there. Like, they could have at least put some joints in it to make them at least posable in some way. And that, I know it's not Hasbro's fault, but that face is a mess. Like, the figure, the character itself, that's their problem from Marvel for making it look that way, but it just doesn't translate. It looks like crap. It's too messy. There's too much shit going on in there. You know, you want simplicity. Sometimes is much more. What's the word I'm looking for? Effective. But yeah, just it's crud. And finally, the Ultron Build-A-Figure. No paint apps, pretty much. Like, it's just garbage. Those toes look like camel toes. The head sculpt's average at best. The cut joint through the waist is god awful when you twist him in any way because it just looks whacked. Yeah, they just really half-assed this one. When you compare it to the Rhino Baff, they're just, it's like two different toy companies. Yeah, this is an absolute steamer. I have no time for it. It needs a mass amount of paintwork on it, and I just do not have the time or the patience to bother, because you need a good base to start with, and it just doesn't have it. Alright, that's it for now, guys. Let's get back into the top 10, and let's see what came in at number 1. Finally, the best figure for 2015, in my opinion, of course, was Pizza Parker, as Todd Ortiz would put it. Peter Parker, Pizza Guy, whatever you want to call him, Spider-Man. Yeah, as you can see, really like this figure that much that I bought it 3 times over. What can I say about it? Extra head with the pulled up mask, piece of pizza, multiple hands. You've got fists, whipping hands, and the expressive sort of wall crawling hands, which can be used for multiple different sort of scenarios. Really good articulation. Got the butterfly joints in the shoulders, all that kind of stuff. One floor, probably if the legs could be spread further apart, but I've seen mods done with that, but that's probably the only gripe with it. Other than that, paint apps were great. They look really nice. It's a classic look. Just really hit this one out of the park. This will be a classic figure if it isn't already. You know, people always claim that McFarlane, Sinister Six, Fearsome Foes, Spider-Mans are the best, and they are, but these lot are right up there. This is your best alternative to those top 3 Spider-Man figures, and it's easily accessible, easy to get. So if you haven't got one yet, you are sleeping, because you need to get one. This is quintessential Spider-Man right here. You need to get yourself one of these figures if you haven't got it already. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Also, check out the latest episode of Posing in Plastic, episode 17. It's just come out. And my entry for the World Championship Tournament final round. It's all here on my page. So make sure you check it out. Let me know what you think. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.
That's crispy.
Coming in at 5 is Craven from the... Oh, God, what fucking wave is it? Rhino Baff, you dickhead. We had 75% of the wrecking crew, and then we had to... Oh, motherfucker. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Stand up, you cunt. Still recording.